السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning, grade 8. Today we are going to speak about the first lesson of Unit 9, the last unit in your course book. I want you to open page 146 to follow up with me. Unit 9 is about rivers and coasts. The first lesson of Unit 9 speaks about rivers of life. Before we start our lesson, I want you to take a look on the objectives of our lesson for today. These objectives are: you have to understand the details of an article, you have to discuss places, people, things using non-defining relative clauses, you have to write a summary of the facts presented in the talk. After finishing this class, you are going to be able to achieve these objectives. Before we start, why are rivers important to people? This is the opening question on page 146 at your course book. I know that many of you have a lot of thoughts about this question. One of these thoughts that we use rivers as a source of water to drink. Animals also use rivers as a source of water to drink. We can use rivers for transportation to move from place to another. We can use them also, the most important reason, to cultivate different plants for irrigation. The first exercise of your course book is reading exercise. Read the text about the Amazon River. What do the numbers in the books refer to? This is the first question that you have. These numbers are 27, 20%, 40%, 50, 6,400, 2.5 million. After reading the text, you will find what do these numbers refer to. While you are reading, you will find out that 6,400 refers to the length of the Amazon River. 40% refers to the width of the river basin. 27 refers to the average temperature of the Amazon rainforest. 2.5 million refers to the number of insect species which live there. 20% refers to the amount of oxygen which the trees release. 50 refers to the number of the years in which the forest destroyed, or in which 70% of the forest destroyed. I want to read the text with you just to make sure that you will read it correctly, okay? Listen to me and look at your books. The Amazon River is about 6,400 kilometers long, and its basin, which covers about 40% of South America, is the largest in the world. The Amazon rainforest, where there is rain almost every day of the year, is humid and hot, with an average temperature of 27 degrees. It has a very rich ecosystem, about 40,000 plant species, 1,300 bird species, I'm sorry, and 2.5 million types of insects live there. So we have 40,000 plant species in this rainforest. We have 1,300 bird species and 2.5 million types of insects live in this rainforest. Scientists who believe that the Amazon is about 100 million years old also call it the lungs of the earth. This is the title of the text. Why do you think they call it the lungs of the earth? Because the plants and trees release a lot of oxygen into the atmosphere. They say that more than 20% of the world's oxygen comes from the rainforest. Sadly, this amazing natural world is being destroyed mainly because of deforestation, according to the WWF, Worldwide Fund for Nature, which is an environmental protection group. 70% of the forest has been lost in just the last 50 years. This is the text about the Amazon River. The second part of our lesson today is about a grammar structure, non-defining relative clauses. Look at your book and listen to me. Non-defining relative clauses give extra information about a person, thing, or place in a sentence. If we leave the relative clause out, we can still understand the sentence. It means that if we have a relative clause in the sentence, or if we don't have, the sentence will still have the same meaning, okay? We use commas before and after the relative clause and the following relative pronouns. We use who for a person. We use which for a thing or an animal. We use where to replace or to speak about a place. We use whose to speak about possession. These are the relative clauses that we are going to use in our lesson today. For example, that you have in your course book, scientists who believe that the Amazon is about 100 million years old also call it the lungs of the earth. If we removed the word who here, scientists believe that the Amazon is about 100 million years old, also call it the lungs of the earth. The sentence meaning doesn't change. When I said who, scientists who, or scientists believe that, both sentences have the same meaning. Remember to use commas with these before or after them, or after these relative clause. Okay? To make sure that you understand this grammar structure, let's answer exercise number 3 together. Match the beginnings of the sentences 1 to 5 with the endings A to E. Then add the commas around the non-defining relative clauses. Number 1. Martin Strill, who is a long-distance swimmer. Check your course book. The right answer for this will be D. Swam the whole of the Amazon River in 66 days. If you noticed here that we used who and we added comma before it, you have to add this comma at your course book and match this sentence with the answer D. The second, jaguars, which are a cat species. The right answer or the right ending can be found in the Amazon rainforest, which is B. Okay? Jaguars, which we used which here because jaguars are animals. Remember to add comma at your course book. I forgot to add them, I'm sorry, but you have to add it in your course book, okay? Add the comma before which. One of the largest fish living in the Amazon is the pirarucu, which this is animal. We used which. Add the comma and match it with the sentence E has teeth in its mouth and on its tongue. Number 4. Bilm is the place where. We used where because this is a place where the Amazon River meets the Atlantic Ocean. Matched it with the first ending, which is A, is one of the biggest cities in northern Brazil. So we used here where because this is a place, and remember to add the comma. The last sentence. More than 150 languages are spoken by the various Amazon natives who, we used who because we are talking about people. Remember to add the comma and match it with the sentence C. Exercise number 4. Listening. I sent you the audio of this exercise on your group, and I know that many of you have found the answer for exercise number 4. You are going to listen to an extract from a documentary. Look at the words below. What do you think this documentary is about? Along the banks, civilization flourished. Look at your books and listen to me. Grow crops provided a lot of material. These words are used in the documentary that you heard, and I know that you found the answer. The answer for this question will be the Nile River. This documentary is about the Nile River. Let's move to the next exercise. Exercise number 5. Listen and check your answers. Why was the Nile important to ancient Egyptians? This is a discussion, so I didn't write the answer here. Discuss your ideas as a class. The main discussion will be about that the ancient Egyptians based their life and cultures on the Nile River. The last exercise in today's lesson, exercise number 6. Listen again and complete the notes opposite using one word. You have a brown square on page 147 of your course book, Ancient Egypt and the Nile. The ancient Egyptians could grow food because the Nile floods made the what? Number 1 will be soil. The second sentence. Of the animals that lived in the river, the ancient Egyptians caught the fish. An example of building materials taken from the Nile is mud. The material used to write on came from papyrus, which was a plant. The Nile allowed the ancient Egyptians to sell goods like what and linen, gold. This was the last part in our lesson for today. I hope that you enjoyed our lesson. Have a good day and see you tomorrow.